Here we go. Here we go. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Here we are again, man. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is. And y'all know who y'all looking at. Welcome to another episode of Club Pizzle. I'm, of course, your host, Don P. Pizzle, Pod God, whatever you want to call me. Thank you guys for y'all continued support of this podcast. Thank y'all for y'all continued support of this platform. While y'all are in a supporting mood, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share it out. It's award season, so y'all know what time it is. Let's see if the trophy can be taken home this year. I've been fighting every year since I started this podcast. I've been nominated and been nominated and been nominated and been nominated. And I'm losing. Particularly the people that I don't think I should lose to, or people that I feel like can't tie my shoe. Okay, that's just how I feel. I mean, I'm not going to stop how I feel. I'm not going to hide how I feel. That's how I feel. Shout out to all the podcasters out there. It is what it is. I just feel like I am him. I am Pod God. It's that. I've had a pretty good week. Shout out to In the Post for having me on Saturday, and shout out to In the Lab. Shout out to Arctic and Tierra. Shout out to Miss Juicy. Thank you guys for having me on last night. Check both of those out on Instagram, both of their pages, In the Lab as well as In the Post. I've been in y'all's news feed for quite some time. And October 19th, I'm going to be appearing on Blunt Talk Live with Big Pooh. Excuse me. Shout out to Big Pooh. And just to let y'all know, I am taking podcast interviews. Anybody want me to pull up? I'm definitely gonna pull up. Like, I'm not above pulling up people's podcasts. And I know people are like, wow, I want to come on your podcast. I got something for y'all. I'm gonna be announcing it really, really soon. But while I'm in an announcement making mood, just to let you guys know, the next few weeks are gonna go a little something like this. Next Wednesday is going to be Club Pizzle Happy Hour, Pizzle's Picks crossover. Next Thursday is going to be regular Club Pizzle. And the Wednesday after that, October the 15th, is going to be all 3-on-1. So I'm only be doing one episode. And that's because I got Cavs preseason games. I got Cavaliers events that I'm going to. Yes, I'm picking those, but I'm still going to record. I still got to feed people. Everybody got to get it. So it's going to be one big super show on October the 15th. And starting on October the 21st, Club Pizzle Happy Hour and Pizzle's Picks will be blended into one show. So I'm going from 3 shows down to 2 shows, but I will be going back up to 3 shows really, really soon in 2026. I do have a new show that I am going to announce for y'all. I'm just not going to announce it to y'all right now. But Club Pizzle still will be on Thursday. Cavs game, like, depending on when my Cavs games are. But for the most part, expect Happy Hour on Tuesday, OG Club Pizzle on Thursday. And that's how I'm going to do it until the beginning of 2026, or at least until February. And I'll let y'all know what happens after that. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much all of my announcements and things I have. I want to let y'all know OEAs are coming up. The voting process is getting ready to start in a couple of weeks. I don't know if it starts this Monday or this Monday coming up or the following Monday, but they are coming up. It is happening. Not sure if the Legend Award is happening this year. I haven't heard anything. Maybe I'll reach out to somebody, or somebody can reach out to me and let me know what's going on over there. The Trappies, I'm not sure about, and the Cleveland Music Awards, I have no idea about. I just know it's award season, and please, for award season, can we have a peaceful one? All of the riffraff from last year was corny. I'm just throwing that out there. It was corny. It can be multiple award shows, and everybody can be a part of all of those shows. Don't ever feel like you have to choose sides, because I'm not choosing sides, because I'm going for every single award. Excuse me. All right, man. Y'all know the motto. We here for a good time and not a long time. I'm going to lead with this, and I'm going to get this out the way because I'm wearing the shirt. I'm representing. The Cleveland Guardians go down today by a score of 6-3. They lose the American League Wild Card Series 2-1 to the Detroit Tigers, whom they just walked down and passed up and won the damn division by 1 game. They laid an egg. But anyway, congratulations for making the playoffs. Hell of a run for the last 6 weeks of the season. Or whatnot, like hell of a run. Congratulations. But that front office has to do something. The games that I did get an opportunity to watch, dudes wasn't hit. It's a lot of what Shoop say in Major League 2. It's a lot of punch and Judy hitters going on up there. Wasn't happy about it. Didn't like it. It is what it is. It just is what it is. All right, let's get this thing started. Shall we? Those Cleveland Browns. The Browns are browning. Losing to the Detroit Lions 34-10. How about that, Cleveland? Come on now. It's bad enough Detroit is kicking butt in the music. It's bad enough that Detroit is kicking butt on the movie side, especially on Tubi, except for this weekend. Shout out to Johnny Filmworks for Black Men Don't Cheat Part 2. And shout out to Drew Lloyd for She Never Believed. Those are the two most popular and top movies going on Tubi right now. Shout out to them. Salute to them. But for the most part, Detroit is kicking our butt. I mean, they kicking our butt. The Lions beat the Browns 34-10. The Browns fall to 1-3 on the season. Joe Flacco 16-34 for 184 yards, 2 interceptions and a fumble, no touchdown. It's to the point now, and it got to that point where he threw the interception, where he just threw the damn ball. It's like, damn, dog, you're not even going to try to throw it to the sideline. You throw what looks like a punt, and it becomes an interception. Like, it disgusting. That's when I was telling myself, it's time. Joe got to sit. And if I'm Kevin Stefanski, which I'm not a football coach. I'm not any of that. I'm just doing a podcast. If I was him at that point, I would have pulled Joe, or I would have made a change at halftime. But again, I'm not the coach. I'm not Kevin Stefanski. They go off a field. They give these quarterbacks opportunities to try to redeem themselves. But this game was over. This game was out of hand. Detroit has too much talent. Jared Goff. He's playing at a high level. You got Jamison Williams and Amara St. Brown. Amara St. Brown made the Cleveland Browns secondary look silly. While he was allegedly up until 4 a.m. playing 2K the day before you go up against the Cleveland Browns. That's the highest form of disrespect. That's big, big disrespect. And hopefully that wasn't true. Amara's kind of tongue-in-cheek about it. He's kind of like vague with it. It is what it is, whatever. This offense, the Cleveland Browns offense, it's bad. It's so bad. It's so hard to watch. It really was. It was tough to watch. It's tough to watch a quarterback who once was great not look great in the uniform of the team that you watch and cover and used to root for, and it's taking a year off from rooting for. it was tough to watch. After seeing what Joe Flacco did for the Cleveland Browns 2 years ago, you would kind of expect, like, maybe you can't get that. But this team is not that team. You have 2 rookie running backs. You have a rookie wide receiver. You have another wide receiver who's going into, I believe, Cedric Tillman is going into his 3rd year. And you have Jerry Jeudy. You got David Njoku, who had a lot of success when Joe Flacco was here. You got Harold Fannin Jr., a rookie tight end. This offensive line, this and that offensive line. You have no DeJuan Jones. DeJuan Jones is gone for the season. Jed Willis isn't here anymore. Jack Conklin isn't playing. You got Petonio, you got Posick, and you got Teller. 2 new tackles, and their backups. Listen, y'all, starters are starters for a reason. Backups are backups for a reason. They would have been better off trying to go and get and pull Jed Willis off the street, but Jed Willis is taking a year off from football. But I don't think he's going to play ever again, honestly. I don't. But this offense, man, it's nasty. It really looks like installation offense. It looks like they're installing this offense as we go. It's disgusting. And thank God I'm taking the year off because I would be miserable. As a Browns fan, I would be absolutely miserable. I would be going to the 480 bridge and ready to jump off. Honestly. It's disgusting, man. Like, it's hard to explain. Listen, look at this, y'all. 4 games through 4 games. They've scored a total in 4 games. This is nasty. 16, 17, 13, and 10. And the game they scored 13, they actually. In the game they scored 16, they could have won. But this is, oh my goodness. They're averaging. Look at these averages on the season. 172 yards per. 92 rushing yards. That's 272 passing yards. 92 rushing. 14 points per game. Turnover margin, -6. How are y'all doing it? I don't get. I mean, y'all could have asked me that for the last almost 40 plus years. Why am I doing it? Why do I push myself? Why do I continue to root for the Cleveland Browns? It's because it was what I was born into, and I don't believe in switching teams and jumping on bandwagons. I don't believe in that. I look down on people who switch their teams every 4 years. They switch it when the teams switch up. I'm not that dude. I don't have an NFL team this year. I don't. I'm covering. And I'm covering the Cleveland Browns because Club Pizzle is a Cleveland-based show. I will say this, though, Browns fans. You have reasons to be encouraged because Quinshon Judkins is a dog. Isaiah Bond, when we may see it soon, is going to be okay. Dylan Sampson, we saw what he can do. When I say we, I'm saying people that watch football. You've seen it. Harold Fannin Jr., the future is very bright. If and when David Njoku leaves, it's going to be a seamless transition. Harold Fannin Jr. got the goods. So the young you got the young guys, and those are 4 rookies. Which brings me to my next topic. Joe Flacco's been benched. Dylan Gabriel has been named the starter. Just felt like I needed to do. And this is around the point where I felt, and I believe I said it here, that the quarterback change was going to come if this team was starting to look bad. It's the end of this gauntlet part of the schedule. Cincinnati, Baltimore, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota. You can start it here. I believe they have Pittsburgh and Miami in the bye week, or Minnesota and Tottenham, Pittsburgh, and then the bye. I think that's how it goes. I think. But the gauntlet is pretty much over. You trot Flacco out for the first 4 games. Get through those. Now it's rookie time. Whether it was Dylan Gabriel, which, again, has been named the starter, or Shedeur Sanders. More on him in a second. This was a necessary move. It was time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's honestly, it was time after the Baltimore game. But do you want to start? But did you want to start your rookies or your rookie quarterback against that Green Bay Packer defense that only gave up 13 points, but their offense only scored 10? But y'all get my drift. The move was necessary. It was in the making. I'm not sure if this was the plan. I'm only going to guess. The plan was, let's get through the first 4 against 4 teams that are Super Bowl contenders and see what it looks like, and then we can move over to the rookie. And mind you, this is after Kenny Pickett is straight. Because I believe if Kenny Pickett was still on this team, Kenny Pickett would have been the starter. If Kenny Pickett was healthy during training camp, Kenny Pickett is starting these first 4 games. And I believe the Cleveland Browns are 2-2 going into Tottenham on Sunday with Kenny Pickett. Do I believe if Dylan Gabriel starts day 1, is the record different? They're probably 0-4. If Shedeur Sanders started day 1, do I believe the record is different? Yes, I believe they're 0-4. Maybe 1. I'll give them. I'll just say like the records would be different. I feel like Kenny Pickett could have got them to 2-2. Just how I feel. Joe Flacco is a straight up statue back there. It's nasty. It was nasty to watch that. I promise you, I am not the most athletic person in the world. I'm athletic enough that I can dog y'all regular people out there, or the unqualified people who think they can do what the pros do. I'll tear y'all to shred. And don't worry, 2026, I'm going to plan some stuff. Don't worry. But I feel like I can run faster than Joe Flacco. I feel like I can still move. And I'm 42 years old with bad knees and a bad back. And my ankles and my feet are starting to get bad. It's starting to get bad for you, boy. I'm back working out, so. In other news, after this game, the Cleveland Browns traded for Cam Robinson. I believe they traded a 6th-round pick to the Houston Texans. What is the relationship that Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam has with the Houston Texans? Because, boy, do the Cleveland Browns sure love making trades and moves with them. It's crazy. That should shore up the tackle position after losing DeJuan Jones for the year. I still don't think it's enough. I don't. Even though Cam Robinson he's pretty good. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Browns fans were coveting him at some point. Could have been him, could have been somebody else. I'm not sure. But let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings. Playing them in Tottenham. The Vikings are a tough team. They're coming in this game. Their offensive line is a little depleted. So the defense possibly can make some things happen. It's going to have to be on the defense this week. You're starting a rookie. And unless he comes out looking like gangbuster, it's going to be a long Sunday morning. This game is on at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. So, oh my goodness, I feel bad for y'all. Y'all get to wake up and watch. No, I'm going to be watching. 9 a.m. football, you can count me in every time. Except for when WWE Crown Jewel happens. I'm going to be watching that at 8 a.m. Lunatic, sports lunatic. Yes, that's. But this pass rush, Myles Garrett should feast. Still no Mike Hall Jr. I'm almost starting to believe that dude's not going to play this year. Or if he plays, it's going to be way down. If the pass rush is working, the secondary should be working. The secondary should be fine. However, Justin Jefferson is still Justin Jefferson. Still no news on if the quarterback is going to be J.J. McCarthy or Carson Wentz. If it's Carson Wentz, I do like the Browns' chances. However, I did pick against him with Pizzle's picks. I did pick against him. They got to show me. They have to show me. Even with that offensive line being what it is, their running game isn't up to par. But the Vikings do have a pretty good defense. The Browns must run the ball efficiently. If you have to run all of those guys, if you got to run Judkins, if you got to run Sampson, if you got to run Ford, hell, if you got to run Dylan Gabriel, if you got to get Isaiah Bond out on the perimeter with some jet sweeps, hell, if Jerry Jeudy can run, if Harold Fannin can run, like, they have to run the ball efficiently. That's the key, and I believe that's what the game plan could be going into this game. It's to heavy run. Hopefully it opens the pass up. Hopefully the offensive line can block for Dylan Gabriel. He can move a little better, a lot better for that matter, than Joe Flacco. So he can run out of a lot of these potential sacks. I just have to see it. And the Browns must not turn the ball over. Dylan Gabriel he takes care of the ball. He took care of the ball at Oregon. He's not going to push the ball downfield. But the Browns' offensive line is so bad, defenses can rush for and get home with get home with 4 and drop 7 in coverage. You can't push the ball down the field if they're getting home with 4. That's just the gist of the whole thing. I really don't want to talk about next time. I don't. I really do not even want to broach this topic because this shouldn't even be a topic. But here we are. This is Cleveland, and it's always quarterback controversy. But now it's not the backup quarterback. It's the freaking third string. They asked Shedeur Sanders yesterday in the locker room how he felt about still remaining the number 3 quarterback, and Shedeur Sanders said, that's what he said, y'all. The video is out. He mimed his answer. I believe what he said was, I can't talk about that. Or I'm not talking about that. Something along those lines. How do I feel about that? I thought it was a little immature. I thought he should have said nothing. Even though, whether it doesn't matter. If he would have said anything else, or because you see what's happening now. No matter what he says or no matter what he does, people are going to have a problem with it. Personally, again, I thought it was immature. I thought he should have said, guys, I'm not going to talk about this. Dylan's the starter. Joe is the backup. I'm just sitting back and waiting my turn. Or something along those lines. But here's my question. And I hate to shoot at Cleveland media because it could have not been them. Whomever put the camera in his face, whoever put the microphone in his face, why are you talking to the third string quarterback? I know what his damn last name is, but he is the third string quarterback who they should have been putting the camera in their face, and the microphone is the guy that was named the starter. And Cleveland Browns, why are you even making Shedeur Sanders available for the media? He's the third string emergency quarterback, which basically means he's not going to play unless two of those guys get hurt. Or if the starter gets hurt and they decide to go with the emergency quarterback, they can put him in, and I believe like he has to finish the game out or something like that. Or the starter can't go back in. Something like that. There's no reason for the media to be talking to Shedeur Sanders right now. He's the emergency quarterback. Am I tripping? Somebody tell me, am I tripping? Am I bugging about that? Why are they even trying to talk to him? If he was named the backup, fine. But he's still the third string quarterback. They have no business talking to the third string quarterback. That is some Cleveland-ish if I've ever seen it. That's why I am so fed up with, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. Shout out to all my Cleveland media members. Y'all do what y'all can. Maybe somebody can shed some light, and I'm hopefully going to be getting a phone call or a text where I can shed light, more light on this situation in the next few coming days or something like that. I just do not like the fact that this is Cleveland. They're not doing that in New York. They're not doing that in LA. They're not doing that in Chicago. Honestly, I don't know who the hell the third string quarterback or the emergency quarterback is on any other team in the NFL, except for the team that I cover. I don't even know who the damn backups are. I couldn't tell you Baker Mayfield's backup. I couldn't tell you Aaron Rodgers' backup. I think Kenny Pickett is Geno Smith's. I can get that one. I don't know who Patrick Mahomes' backup is this year. I don't know who Matthew Stafford's backup is this year. I just found out who Baltimore's backup was. Third string? Well, not above my pay grade, but just out of my realm. Don't know. No idea. But I think that's disgusting. They shouldn't have been talking to him in the first place. And Cleveland Browns, shame on y'all for making him available to the media. Why the hell is he talking to the media anymore? They already made a big fuss and a big stink over him saying, like, I'm seeing what's going on around the league. I know I can possibly do better than them. They hated that he said that. Rex Ryan got on TV, was talking to him like that was one of his damn kids. What Where's your kids at, big dog? In Rex's defense, I believe he does have someone on the Cleveland Browns coaching staff that he does talk to. Is Shador not sitting in the front in the QB room? Listen, it's 3 guys in the QB room. They're probably all sitting in the front row. Rex, relax. Just at this point, man, the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation is crusty, McFilthy, McNasty. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the point where I don't want to talk about this. It's messy. It's nasty. And it's been messy for 30 years. Almost. And especially over the last 3 years, when you said you wanted an adult in the room and you let your number 1 pick go, Baker Mayfield, and you signed the guy who had 22 civil lawsuits out on him. That's not having an adult in the room, guys. And not only did you do that, you gave him a guaranteed contract, which kind of handcuffs you. Luckily, Andrew Berry is such a freaking wizard with the salary cap. They're able to, I'm not even going to say manipulate it, just adjust it as you see fit. But you're still on the hook for that money. And speaking of Deshaun Watson, hot take. Look at me right here, right now. At some point in the season, Deshaun Watson going to play, y'all. Word is, and I heard this from somebody, a very popular somebody, said this on his Instagram. They worked him out. They still got a couple of weeks to activate him. I think they're going to activate him. I don't see Joe Flacco being a Cleveland Brown for too much longer. Because if they activate Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco's out the door. Or if Dylan Gabriel gets hurt and or Joe Flacco gets hurt and he gets back out, Deshaun Watson is going to play. Another hot take. Deshaun Watson plays before Shador Sanders plays. Hot take, save the file. Y'all know I'm the receipt man. Yeah, that's me. This quarterback situation, I'm telling y'all, man, I am not looking forward. Well, I'm looking forward to going down south in 6 weeks or so for my grandmother's 90th birthday party. But when I go down there, I'm damn sure not talking Cleveland Browns football. I'm not talking about it because they're going to ask me, man, what's going on? I'm surprised my family ain't calling me or texting me and saying, hey, man, what's going on? Shout out to all of my family, man, in Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Dothan. Just shout out to my family. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about this, and they probably gonna watch it. I might. Like, hey, good. Like, listen, I'm not talking about it. Okay, it's disgusting. But again, Deshaun Watson's gonna play, and if he comes in at the end of the season and puts up some decent numbers and eke out a couple of wins, this city is gonna boo-boo on itself. It's gonna get real crazy. It's gonna get crazy. I'm gonna leave it at that. That Cleveland Browns quarterback carousel since 1999. That's the guaranteed thing. You're gonna see a couple of quarterbacks throughout the season. It's gonna be a bunch of guys that shouldn't. There's gonna be a bunch of PJ Walkers in there. I don't even know. You know what? I'm gonna leave PJ Walker alone because he in the NFL. He did win a game. The Ohio State Buckeyes, y'all. 24-6 win over Washington, snapping Washington's 22-game home winning streak. That's a feat. That's dope. Remember, just 2 years ago, Washington was in the national championship game with Michael Penix Jr. and Kalen DeBoer, and both of those guys have gone on to Green Patriots. Michael Penix Jr. is in Atlanta, and Kalen DeBoer is in Tuscaloosa, and he got the Alabama job. This Ohio State defense, y'all, and I know y'all have been watching because it's Ohio State. Most of the people I know that tune in are Ohio State people, right? So I know you know what's going on. This defense, I'm telling y'all, this defense might be better than the defense that they had last year. Through 4 games, the proof is in the pudding. They're giving up 5.5 games, 5.5 points per. They shut down Texas. I mean, Grambling is Grambling, and I know the competition is what it is, but you can only play who is put on the field with you. Washington came into this game averaging 55 points a game. Against who? Don't know. Don't care. They just averaged 55. I know that. They scored 6 points. Couldn't get in the end zone. This defense is nasty. Matt Patricia, this defense is so good that all Julian Sayin has to do is not F it up. If Julian Sayin can put up 24 points a game, that's all Ohio State need. You score 24, you're going to win a national championship. Again, this defense is that good. Matt Patricia is that good. I don't know how long his contract is, but there's a couple jobs out there open. The Arkansas job is open. The Oklahoma State job is open. The Florida job might be open. There's going to be a job in the Big Ten that opens up. Rutgers might open up. Matt Patricia is going to end up being a college head coach. Or the NFL is going to come a-calling again. Or Bill Belichick might call him to come on down to Chapel Hill. Come on, buddy. Let's come on down, baby. Come on down to Charlotte. Matt Patricia might not be in Columbus that long. This year, next year, I guarantee in 2 years, by 2027, Matt Patricia is going to take another job somewhere else, whether it's in the NFL, the SEC, or he could go down to Carolina and be Bill Belichick's head coach and wait. Because this Matt Patricia is to Bill Belichick what an Eric Mangini was. That's how I see it. Julian Sayin, 22 of 28, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did throw a pick this week. Good for him. He remains efficient. He's getting better and better. Like you can watch, if you're watching and you're watching as closely as I am, you can see the improvements. The way he goes through his progression. The way he makes his reads. I mean, throwing up to Jeremiah Smith is easy. I honestly could do that. I can throw a little bit. Let's not. I can't throw like those guys, but I can spit a little. But He's spinning it. He's getting more efficient, and that's what they need. Efficiency. I know Ryan Day is kind of handling him with kid gloves just a little bit because he's such a young quarterback, and he didn't get on the field last year. I mean, Will Howard was experienced, so you kind of cut loose and let loose Will. Not so much with Julian. So Ryan Day is kind of easing them in. They do continue to start slow, but this defense is good enough to keep them in games and keep them from going, getting behind too far. Because again, you got a young quarterback. 5.5 per game is nuts. Next three for Ohio State: Minnesota, at Illinois, and at Wisconsin are the next three games before their bye week and their showdown with Penn State. I'm expecting Penn State to win the rest of their games up until that point. And we're going to see, that's when they're really going to be tested. That's when the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to be tested. I'm not expecting a test against Minnesota, honestly. Illinois, maybe. Keep it close. I think Ohio State is going to win that game by 10 points or more, 2 scores. And then Wisconsin isn't the Wisconsin that I grew up to know. It's the Barry Alvarez. Those dudes had like 7 straight 1,000-yard running backs, and a bunch of them guys ended up in the NFL. The Ron Danes, the Jonathan Taylor is the last from Ron Dane to Jonathan Taylor. It's a couple of guys in there. Melvin Gordon is another one. It's a lot of guys that their names are escaping me right now, but y'all can go look it up. It was quite a few of those guys. All right, moving on. The Cleveland Cavaliers are back. Woo! God be looking out for your boy. Training camp opened Tuesday. They held media day on Monday. A few things. I'm so excited about this Cavaliers year. Like the whole offseason, I've been on Cavalier Watch. I've watched every move they made. I'm following all of the guys on the team on Instagram. When they sign the guy, I'm going to follow him if I don't follow him already. I'm looking at these guys working out. I'm watching Donovan be absolutely in love. Shout out to him. And shout out to Donovan for speaking the way he spoke about her. As a man who loves his wife very, very much, I know exactly how that feels when you meet that one. I just love the way he spoke about that. He that's like, oh, I love that girl more than life. Like, he gave it up, and I was like, that boy in love. Y'all know how I felt about her being that game last year. Until he scored 40 when she in the building, I'm going to say, baby girl, please don't sit out there. Sit in the back. Or sit when we can't see you. Sit in one of the boxes. You can't sit courtside because he don't play. But I've been following these guys. Darius Garland did talk at Media Day. Darius Garland did say he's back on the court. He's been back on the court for about a month. He has been cleared for basketball activities. He is participating in drills at training camp. They went to IMG in Sarasota again this year. Did so well last year. Hey, why not run it back? Right? Darius is ramping it up. He's working on conditioning. You look at him, he looks a little stronger. He looks like he's put on a couple of pounds, maybe 5 to 10 pounds. He looks a little fuller. He's getting his grown man body on. And tidbit, Darius Garland has now officially been a Cleveland Cavalier longer than Kyrie Irving. But he looks stronger. He looks focused. He looked like, again, he put on some weight. There's no date been announced for his comeback, but he did say, I have a date in my mind. I'm just not telling y'all. And he has that right. He don't have to tell us. But as a season ticket holder, I would like to know. Send me a text message. Cavaliers, DM me. Let me know what's going on. He's also embracing the leader role, the leadership role, one of the leadership roles to go along with Donovan, to go along with Darius, with Evan and Jared as well. The core four are the leaders of that team. They've all been here. I think Darius is now officially the longest tenured Cav. Nance was here when he was here, but Nance has been gone for a while. But it's like Darius, Jared, and Donovan and Evan got there at the same time. So those core four, those are the guys in the leadership role. And Darius said, I got to be the head of the snake. He's going to be more vocal. He's going to be like, he's ready. And when he gets back, yeah, y'all know what time it is. Evan Mobley said, hey, you guys, I got some goals. Some individual goals that I want to achieve. I'm not going to reveal them. I feel like those goals are all NBA first team. He was on the second team last year. And I feel like Evan Mobley wants to be the NBA's most valuable player. I got that feeling. Or just from that particular sentence. It's hard to gauge what he's to gauge what he said or what he's saying or like what he means. Because again, Evan is a soft-spoken guy. Evan is a nice guy. If you ever met him, you know he's really cool guy. Kind of quiet. But the confidence that the dude, you can see the confidence. It's a quiet confidence. I don't know who is around athletes or see athletes or study athletes or study press conferences or watch or pay as much attention as I pay. I pay a lot of attention to a lot of this issue, right? The confidence that he speaks and he's working on this game. He said pumping iron, which I got a really good laugh out of. I say he is he's an old, young dude. Remember, Evan's only 24 years old, yo. He's another one. Put on some weight. Looks stronger. Haven't seen him do activities on the court yet. I'll find out, and I'll let y'all know exactly what I see next week when I come from the game. I'm going to let y'all know. Question for you guys. Is this Lonzo Ball move the equivalent to the Alex Caruso move that OKC made? Because he came in and that was the impact. That was the move that people were like, oh, this can take Oklahoma City over the top. Just want to ask y'all that. Donovan knows what he needs to do as a team's best player. Bar none. I love Thomas Robinson at media. I never knew he had that much personality, but again, I'm not watching the Indiana Pacers. I'm not watching the Denver Nuggets. I'm not watching any other team he plays for, so I don't see those press conferences, so I have no idea. But I love that. Absolutely loved it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Listen, man, I'm just excited for basketball to be here. Preseason is preseason. It is what it is. Chicago, they got 2 against Chicago next week. On the 12th against Boston and October 14th versus Detroit. Those are games I'm going to, and then I'm excited, man. I want to see Jalen Tyson what he's done from year 1 to year 2. I want to see DeAndre Hunter and Dean Wade And probably Jalen Tyson. I want to see what Tyrese Proctor is going to do. I'm dying to see if Naquan Tomlin and Luke Travers are gonna get opportunities. I'm looking forward to what this team is gonna do this year. I don't care if they win 64 games. They might do that, and they might surpass it. But Delario B is what I care about. The starting lineups are really still in the air. If I had to make a guess today what the starting lineup will be, Donovan would start at the point. They probably put Sam Merrill at the 2. DeAndre Hunter would be the small forward with Mobley and Allen rounding out the starting 5. But that could change. Max Strus is out for 3 to 4 months. And Darius Garland is ramping it up. But I can see Sam Merrill moving into that starting lineup. I could see DeAndre Hunter. Or would they go big? Start Donovan at the point, put Hunter at the 2, put Dean Wade in at the 3. I mean, you got defense there. I mean, that shores up your defense, and they're going to play. And we're going to see, man. It's a lot. It's exciting. I don't want to get too far into it just because, man. But I am super excited. And with that said, y'all, we are going to get out of here. Again, remember, programming note, Club Pizzle Happy Hour, Pizzle's Picks, next Wednesday. And the following Wednesday, all 3 shows rolled into one. It's just going to be Club Pizzle on a Wednesday. I'm going to do Happy Hour. I'm going to do Pizzle's Picks. I believe that's the week I'm going to do. The 22nd is when I'm going to do my NBA preview on Club Pizzle Happy Hour. So we're going to, or I might just do a standalone. We'll see. But again, man, next Wednesday and the following Wednesday are crossover episodes. And starting on the 22nd, Pizzle's Picks and Club Pizzle Happy Hour will become just Club Pizzle Happy Hour featuring Pizzle's Picks. And, of course, the OG Club Pizzle will be on Thursday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are your days to hang out with Pizzle. Also, remember, award season is coming up. I will have that information out for you guys on my socials, on my IG. Y'all know it, Dime Pot Guy 216, and of course my Facebook. Y'all know my name on it. So just be looking out for those things. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great, stay positive, because negative energy is trash. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.